So here we are, we're opening the last tub of paint. They've done surprisingly well. The two tubs have done the house, done the posts in the front, done the post down the side, done the side of the kitchen, done this garage, it's done all the way up to here. We're just gonna give this its last coating, its last lick of paint, and then this is the end of should be the end of the painting sessions. That stuff, be very careful with it, very careful. Someone did a very good comment. One was water based, I chose to use this, and basically he was telling me what it is a sort of thin down varnish, which shows it in this. You can, in this tub underneath, look, you can see it, look, can you see the shine on it? It's basically a thinned down varnish. But let me tell you, I don't know if you spotted it in the comments, I used the brush to brush this on, and then I carried on. I used the same brush to put the paint on because I knew I was putting a second. But when Debbie was washing the brush, her hands were burning. This stuff is really nasty stuff on the skin. Really nasty stuff on the skin. Debbie's hands were burning, and she thought they were swelling up a little bit. And it took her ages to wash to get it gone. It's good and gone now. Probably we didn't read the instructions, did we? We didn't read the instructions properly, and that's why Debbie ended up with burning hands. Safety. What did it say about safety? Yeah, keep away from sources of ignition. Yeah, we thought there was spirit in it, didn't we? Health, ventilation, yeah. Avoid contact with the skin and eyes. Now, I'm glad Debbie was the guinea pig, and now we read the label. So now it's very important, when you find a tin and you think you want to use it, read the instructions. Avoid contact with skin and eyes. Oh, and of course Debbie had her hands well in it because she likes to clean the brush up. Anyway, always read the label. Always. I know we're men and we don't read the label, but in this case it would have saved Debbie a lot of uncomfortableness with her hands for half a day. So what are you going to do with these ugly corners, Reggie? Well, I do intend cutting a line here across to say there, and then putting another ramp, concrete ramp. But it's made such a difference. Do you see when you make the edge of the concrete sit on top? It looks nice, but if you use it enough times, it all breaks up and the edge becomes horrible. Well, what we did, we cut here, didn't we? We cut a line here with the cutter. And I know, and you know, that piece of concrete is 4 inches, at least 4 inches deep. So this is like a slab, a block here. So look, we don't get no breaking up, and it's made that joint really, really good. So I'm going to do the same here when I'm feeling energetic, is cut along here, cut a hole at least 4 inches deep, and then come off there and just sort of shape it as you can do with cement mix, a concrete mix. We're going to do the same here. Here's a bit more difficult, but how we're going to marry this corner at this height up to that corner, I don't really know, but we'll have to make a line from there, won't we? And we'll have to sort of cut this corner off to there. Again, dig a hole. Not necessarily get rid of the rubbish, put the rubbish back in the mixer. Whatever you dig out, throw it with the mixer, throw the cement with it, get yourself plenty of sand, and then put it back in. So yeah, there's this is going to be quite difficult here. Or I could cut blocks, couldn't I, and make a false sort of, do you know what we did behind that wall there, didn't we? Didn't we do it behind here? We let's go this way, have a look. I don't know if we will see it. I might have to, because I'm going to come out and paint that anyway. But if you remember, we put those blocks down there to hide that step, didn't we? So we could do something like that, couldn't we? Get a few of them blocks and tidy that corner up, possibly. Anyway, let's see how we get on. That is a bit more difficult to do, that one. Or to make look nice, do you know what I mean? So let's do a bit more shed explaining. Let's do a bit of shed explaining. Now, first of all, this is where the wall was. It was always here. This was here. We did a wooden fence here. Now, I can't remember what we made of, but it would have been whatever wood was available. So I'm guessing pallet woods, pallet screws made into pallets. It was quite a big fence. And remember me telling you, a truck came and hit it and then ripped it apart. And when I looked behind, it was rotten. So anyway, we decided to build a brick one, which I should have done in the first place. Well, do you remember, you've got to begin somewhere, haven't you? Whenever you're building a wall, you've got to have a footing, you've got to have a beginning. So we knew the posts were dug into the hole, so we know we're down deep. So I presume there would have been 1, 2, 3, 4 posts or whatever there. So what we did, obviously got rid of all the wood. Then we cut the posts off. We didn't dig them out. We cut the posts off and put a little kicker wall here. So this is made to give the ground a level beginning, almost a concrete sort of box on top of where the posts were, which made it nice and strong that we could begin to put a wall on it. So that's why that is like that. That's up high, because we wanted something to begin, something nice and level to begin the brickwork on, the block work. Now this here, can you see this step here? Now it looks like, well, as it turns out, it's been great because it's kept any vehicles coming near the wall scraping, because we put a curb there. I did begin to put these in. I got one of these, but too big, not enough stuff. But let me tell you a little secret about here. This pad here, this block here, my neighbour at the time, Victor, poor bloke, really nice neighbour, moved on and passed away now. He had an asbestos shed, an asbestos roof of an asbestos shed, and we didn't really know what to do with it. Well, I wanted infill anyway, so I says, come on Victor, we'll make a step here which will keep the trucks, or the visiting skip wagons, the people that get their deliveries and stuff here, that will keep them away. So when in 1,000 years time, when they come to dig our house up, or several thousand years, they'll find there's because you've got to be put it in a bag, go to the tip, blah blah blah. If you get asbestos, we've buried an asbestos roof under here. But it did the trick, because it filled it up. It created a step, because we all own on everybody's property. Everybody owns to here. Obviously you can't do nothing with it because it's the driveway, it's the neighbour's access. but each house, you know, we're all in plots, but each house owns to the back of here. So each house owns a piece of this driveway. So my property actually extends to this line here. Yeah, as does everyone else's. But obviously there's nothing you can do with it because, you know, cars need access, you need space and all the rest of it. So I thought I'd tell you, it's just curbstones, look. Make a nice tidy edge. So that's why that is there, and that's built like that, and why we've got lots of protection. And as it happened, it came, see, there's the first post that we did, and then we got some more material. I'm sure this is what came, see, look, nice square angle line. This is what came from next door when they were knocking it down. And then when we did the CCTV, we just got a scaffolding post, didn't we, and made a junction across there that sits in behind here, and did a bit of Reggie welding, butchering brackets. So that's what holds that there. So I hope that explains a little bit to you how it came about. History. I wonder if this will be on the History Channel in several hundred years. So that explains why now and again we come across something like a keep. I don't know what that was, to be honest with you, but that was some sort of keep for the gate. And you see, we knew we were coming across here, so of course we didn't dig it out, we just went across the top of it, didn't we? So somebody was saying, what the hell is that, Reggie? Well, that is I'm guessing a gate post that we was too much aggravation to get out, so we've just cut it and built on top of it. Yeah, and there is let me go and see if I can find them first. So these are the gates are open. Now remember me telling you, that shed, the greenhouse wasn't there, even Debbie's shed wasn't here. My first parking bay was here with this Sprinter van. 2004, bloody hell, that was a long time ago. We're still going. Anyway, we don't do vans anymore anyway. So this gate opens, and this gate opens onto there, look. That's why we've got this space here. But I just thought I'd show you how they connect. You know, if we want to get in, we used to run trailers. Is it going to come out? Yeah? Hold that there a minute. We'll have to pull this out the ground. Oh, tea time.
I really don't want you to open that gate.
Okay.
Because if any that's trying to protect those Brussels.
Yeah, put that there.
Please.
Please. Yeah, just put it on a shelf will do. Tea. You got to keep your workers happy with tea, haven't you? Come and hold this now.
What?
I'm going to take this post out. But it hasn't been out in ages, right? Yeah. Watch the floor. Look at the floor. Can you pick the floor? Yeah, look, it comes out. I keep this post. See, I keep this post well greased. And basically what it is a plate on top with a square, a couple of angles, turned into a square, dig a hole, put it in. You see, have you got the whole length of that? How high is that? The height of a knee, look. And then you just put it in and out whenever you want it. Yeah. So that posts the gates shut onto that post. So that's how that came about. So slowly but surely, because this was one open area, was flat, but of course we went from vans to trailers, and then trailers to trucks. So, and we have had an Arctic in here, funny enough. We haven't. That's another story. We have had a tractor unit in here, and wouldn't it be nice to have a tractor unit to go to the shows? We'd have plenty of place to park it. It'd fit in there nicely, wouldn't it? A tractor unit that you could go and take to the shows. Anyway, so here we are at the top of the roof. So can you see, look, how I do it, why I do it maintenance free? These sheets sit on top of the brick wall, and this is like a funny box section, which is how width it is. It comes up here, goes across the top, goes down the other side. Well, that's the same, but it's the only same stuff as a corner piece, only I add this, but you could put a corner piece there, and that covers the whole end of that. If I go down without falling, I'm not the best on stairs. I'm not the best on stairs. That's why I like my shed. You see, it just comes over. It just comes over the top, look. Just comes over the top. That's why I like them maintenance free. Now I know you're all going to send me to the gulag and say that, but what I'm saying is, if you've got a choice and if you can, wooden sheds are fine, but if you're starting from scratch and you're thinking of making a shed, do it from blocks, way more maintenance free. So it's the same here. See the sheets are sitting on top of the wall, and actually here I've driven the screw in too hard and I've pulled these two blocks up. But so you're on a solid wall, you sit the sheets on top, and then you bring your roof up underneath it on legs. See these legs? And these legs are screwed through the wall. They're on brackets. They sit on the edge here. That particular one sits on that shelf, which is part of the wall, and then it's bolted through. So that one is bolted into the wall. That leg goes up, and then of course you can start coming across then with your beams to whatever length you want your shed doing. So I am a big fan of, okay, I'm painting now, but I'm a big fan of maintenance free. Yeah, and this stuff, and again, you know, use what you've got. This should have been done in two thicknesses really, but I didn't have one big one, I didn't have two that would overlap, but I had three. So I put one row here, put plenty of an overlap, use what you've got, and then that overlaps onto here, and then that overlaps onto there. So the roof is made of lots of little ones, rather than, you know, if you were paying somebody else to do it, they charge you for a big long one. But I picked these up, and I'm a great fan of these. And again, you see, the sheet runs straight on to the top of the wall. So there's no exposed wood outside. So there's no maintenance. It's the same as this. Those sheets, how can I explain? There's the wall, look. There's the wall, and the sheets run across the top, and then it's just a corner piece put on it. Maintenance free. With a concrete floor, of course. Because wood ones are fine, and of course plastic windows. Everything is maintained, plastic windows and doors, and you can pick them up. They don't have to be anything special, because you can strengthen them afterwards. Now this one, this door is broken because I kept it for months and months and months, and about the day before I installed it, it fell over and broke. But it's still a door, it still works shed wise, you know, it's still good for a shed. And of course, if you can, all the better, if you can get some more doors, then always put a door in, because that's saving you money, as in buying blocks. That's why this window is here, because we got two doors and a window. We thought, great, we'll build a wall here. You see how I make everything, try to make everything maintenance free. Keep your wood in out from the weather, so the weather can't get to it. I mean, it's okay if you live in maybe somewhere nice and warm like America or whatever. You can have wooden buildings, but in Great Britain here, the weather eventually kills everything. It absolutely, with the winter and the cycles of the season, it kills everything. So I make everything maintenance free, and this stuff, it's amazing. This walk safe, not the thin stuff because that you fall through when you go on it, but this is walk safe stuff. Really thick stuff. I use it everywhere. Have you noticed? So we've put battery powered lights on and we've bypassed the lights and turned a switch on them, but I'm still using the PIR, the separate PIR, and that's just a switch. So if you had, as this is quite a long way from the house, and if you're in the night watching the television, a good film or something, you haven't got a clue who's up here doing what in the dark. So if you've got a shed or a property away from the house or whatever you want to protect, these are very sneaky, silent little things. Now you can run the wire to you. It's basically a body passing by on-off switch. There's nothing complicated about them at all. So if you wanted to protect a gateway from up high, or you wanted to know if something was passing, now they are a pain in the butt because the spiders tend to get and walk in front of them and it sets them off. So that's why I've took them out, because they're costing me a lot of electric. But nevertheless, they're still always handy to use as part of your protection. You put this somewhere. If you put a light on, okay, you've told somebody that you've seen them or that you're aware of them, but these are very clever. You can be told whether there's somebody there and they haven't got a clue. So put these in the right positions and use them. They're really good, these separate, because we're all so used to having them underneath a light, but you can get separate ones. And again, this is a infrared light. So this light comes on, it lights it up like the daylight, but it's still pitch black. These infrareds help the CCTV brighten it up a lot better. They're pretty good, but if you want to sort of boost the light, or if you want to reach a little further, light something up better, these infrared lights are really good for brightening up a corner for your CCTV cameras. So I've still got them. We've turned them onto an on-off switch. We've got these ones that are doing okay now, but the sun's here. We'll have a look at them in the depth of the winter, see if they're doing. These separate, I think it's PIR they're called, are really handy things. They're just basically an on-off switch operated by a warm body going past them. They're really good in your, in part of your security system. And if you happen to be running CCTV or cameras and you want a bit of extra light, and they're cheap enough, these, and you can even put this on a switch on and off. These infrared lights are amazing, how they brighten the place up where the human eye thinks it's pitch black. Well, that's done. We put the sealer on there, didn't we? We saw how bad it was. It's sort of almost made the paint shine almost. It's really done. Okay, I know you can't shine a turd, but you can paint it and make it look nice, can't you? That looks really good for a shed wall. Anyway, yeah, okay, we've got to do the top. We're not going to push the limit because it is going to rain later on today. So anyway, and I'm not going around the corner because I think I've done that. That's in pretty good nick. That can wait another year or two possibly, and you because of the corner you can hardly see the difference. You can see the difference, but you can't really see the difference, especially when you're going past in a car or whatever. So okay, we got to do the top. Yeah, but yeah, that's looking great now, isn't it? That'll do for a good few years. So I know you're asking the question, Reggie, what makes you think that loop in the wall is going to hold back a big door like that on a chain and a clip? Well, you know, I do like a bit of chain, and I do like these clips on a heavy duty chain welded to the gate with one of these bigger clips on, which work really good. And the reason I know that's going to be good and solid there is because I've made a Reggie extension bolt through the wall. So I've got the bolt, I've extended it and stretched it, tightened it up, and I've even put a plate to spread the weight and welded it this side of the wall. So there's no way is that gate, even in the windiest of conditions, going to rip out this catch. No way, Jose. So, do you remember this wall and this end of the greenhouse? We built the greenhouse, didn't we? And this was a complete fluke. We'd built it along here. We were going to stop the greenhouse. Hold on. We were planning on stopping the greenhouse here. Look, that's why I bolted that frame in. We were going to stop the greenhouse there. But then when we got here, we got donated this door and this panel, which then brought us out a bit. And then I butchered, you know, these top opening windows. Well, I butchered a few windows that we weren't using, or we didn't have glass for, or whatever. That just took the hinges off, just kept the frame put one on top of the other. So that cured that problem. I seem to remember there was some sort of an ugliness here that we had to cut away. But how were we going to make that look pretty? Well, you see, and obviously, if you look closely, that is Reggie brickworking. Look, it came out a bit here. See, it comes out here because that's where it fits. And this shuts behind the gate, doesn't it? Yeah. So, and what was, there was a footing along here, wasn't there? There was another footing along here that we did, and it didn't look very nice. And okay, it's behind the gate, nobody sees it. But when you leave it there for long enough and you give it a lick of paint, it doesn't look too bad. It just tidies that up from when it was quite an ugly bit, because we were stopping here originally and then with a step, but then Debbie wanted a growing area, so we had to build Debbie a growing area, didn't we? So of course that then had to come out here and match this corner. Whilst all of the time we had to bear in mind that this gate's shut. Hold on, let's undo that. All of the time we you know, look at the look at the size of this gate. It's enormous. But at the same time, we daren't come any further than the gate, dare we? So that just fits in there nicely behind there, and it just sort of pretties that up, doesn't it? So when we went to look for a window, that window fitted just right. So we knew then, right, put the window in there, put a brick wall here. Yeah, this door, I don't know how heavy it is. It's one hell of a gate. One hell of a gate. That's why you've got to keep it well under control, especially in these windy conditions. So just have a bash. Do it yourself. You don't need a, if it's in your shed, if it's in your garden, just Don't think, oh, I got to have a brickie, I got to this, I got to that. Just do it yourself. And okay, it might look pretty, but if you leave it there long enough, and it sort of naturalizes itself, as you might say, and then of course you paint the wall, voila. Yeah, voila. Same as this wall here. Look, it looks nice now it's painted. Oh yeah. Well, the reason this is like that is because I think I bumped into it before it had dried. Yeah, but that's looking not bad now. That's ready for another coat. We can give that another coat and we can finish painting this properly, can't we? The place is looking fantastic. Wow, doesn't that look a lot nicer? Shall we stick to the white for inside, for the light, for the greenhouse, or shall we move up to there? I don't know. And that's made such a difference. I mean, from this far away it almost looks good. I know really it should have had another couple of layers of sand and cement and sort of tidied that up a bit. I meant to, but no matter, because I'm going to have to do that anyway. I'm going to have to screw some wire mesh into that to then and make a curve and then work with the wire mesh, I think. But for now, for the next couple of years, that looks fairly tidy. So I've been threatened with tea and crumpets, but she's been very quiet. Let's see what the madam has been doing. I have heard her making a noise. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's well trimmed. That's well and truly trimmed, isn't it? Yeah, do you see that now? That's well and truly trimmed. I'll try and find a picture of that when we first came here. How it's been. Look at that. Oh, that's quite tidy. This has all been got rid of, yeah. The window in the garage needs a good cut. We need to paint this end, don't we? Oh yeah, and I've got to concentrate on this. I've got to put this vent back in there because that's where the flood was. It was a way of getting the water out of the garage. So got to work on that. Yes, I am inspecting and interfering because, you know, monkey see, monkey do. So monkey see, monkey do. I'm only doing what you do. That's looking great. Them there, yeah. Trim that. We've got to work on that. That's next priority, work on that. And then give this a hit of paint. Maybe not today. No, because I haven't got any sand and cement. The bin's full. What, they've got to go in the bin. Oh, this back bush has been... She likes trimming her bush, doesn't she? You like trimming your bush, don't you, Charlie? I mean, Debbie loves trimming her bush.
Well, I won't have another one now until the spring, so just
No.
keeps it tidy a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just keeps it tidy. We had one here that was going mad, so we've ripped that out. So that corner's a bit bare, but it was growing into the shed. I did mean to rebuild that this year, but never got round to it. But that's looking great, Deb. Looking really good. It's given that a chance to grow a bit again, innit? Because that did take a knocking when we trimmed it all out, didn't we? Well, they've got a got much stand on the bin. Okay. Hello, Charlie. Hello, Charlie.
A sweep up.
A sweep up and a tidy.
I'm done.
Uh-oh.
Deadhead those, and those are going to go in the greenhouse.
And you've threatened me with tea and crumpets, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm just going to do tea and crumpets.
Ooh, tea and
My
crumpets.
back's killing me.
Oh, so let's have an update. Nice new badge there. Lovely, nice shiny badge. They're the next ones to do. Look at this. Look at this. Do you remember? Did you say, what did you do, Steve? Did you have to drill that hole bigger?
No, I just built it.
Oh, we just changed the... Which came... Did they come in the batch that came last time? Those little ones.
Yeah, that's something I had.
Yeah. But look. they're doing just fine. And we knew we needed a washer under there to protect this surface, didn't we? Yeah. And they're good and solid, look. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, and it's missed. You haven't had to get rid of this.
No.
Or alter it or make it different. It's worked just nice, that has. And there's them. Remember, there's what we had them, see? Put them on the inside. And it's centralised it as well now, isn't it? So it looks better.
I think the whole back end looks better.
It's really, yeah. Do you think it's brightened the back end?
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a Wilma box on these now, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just keep an eye. Oh, you've mastic those in. You mastic those. Can we see underneath? Can we see? What is that? Is that, yeah. So to stop them from...
I've used Loctite and I've put silicone there just to get...
So there's Loctite and silicone over the head. So they're not going to come loose. Because that was a bit of a... Can we see? Hold on. Can we see, Steve? No, we can't. Anyway, yeah, so these are... They're good. Really good and secure. Yeah, right, okay. Oh, and look, did we see? We see the trim, look. The trim around the windscreen. It's, do you know what? It's the little bits all the time, a little this, a little that. Oh, and the mudguard's fitted. But we're gonna change that in it, Steve. That, when it came off, the chrome was quite rough. But the mudguard has gone. That's gonna save a lot, you know.
And if you look at it now, it's full of stuff.
Yeah. So that filth would have found its way up onto the chrome here. Yeah. So it's going to keep that a lot cleaner.
Which is actually stay clean on the way here.
Which is what you want to do, innit? I like the trim. This is going to be.
Yeah.
And this still works okay.
Yeah.
Still works with it with the trim.
Yeah.
And keeping it in.
Oh, yeah, that's better as well.
Oh, and a shinier gold ring, yeah. So the badges again. Do you know, do we all remember this coming? It's bit by bit, week on week, month on month. And you know, and it's part of the fun, isn't it? And the enjoyment.
Yeah.
And hunting down the parts and finding, yeah, we like that, or no, we don't like this. And these were, where did they originally come from? Picked them in a car boot somewhere, and then you put the spiky end on them, didn't you? You know. So the wheels came, the wheels were sent off for refurbished, put new tyres on, found a cap, then we found used the spiky bit on the end of the cap, and it's just, and again now you can nitpick all day, can you? But that's part of the enjoyment, that's part of the fun of bringing it back to life. Yeah, to think this. Well, they were going to scrap it off, weren't they? It was a bereavement. They didn't really know anything about it. It had been in the shed, how long? About 4 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look. And the spot lamps. We saw them on the 6 that we had, but you don't see them anywhere. These have made a hell of a difference to the front of it, do you think?
Yeah.
It's really made it stand out. So yeah, more and more, more, it's all part of the fun and the enjoyment. And of course, you need the backup of all Reggie's nuts and bolts from time to time, don't you?